Hi friend, welcome to my channel, Starchaeology Tarot. I am Desi. I will be reading your cards this month, October. What an honor and a privilege to get to do that for you. How beautiful it is to get to connect with you in this way. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please take a moment and do that now, especially if you are a longtime fan of Starchaeology Tarot, checking out your monthly reading. That would mean a lot to me to have that kind of feedback and support from you. Also, if you have not checked out my Patreon yet, please scroll down and check out the link in the description box below. I have started a Patreon so that I can make this a more sustainable model for me and get to really it's so that I can offer you guys even more extensive and intensive tarot support. So it can be for as little as the cost of a drink a month, that you can support this channel, support these monthly astrological videos, as well as readings for daily card pulls, pick a pile readings, specified readings in the realms of love, career, etc., etc. I also am offering personal, customized tiers at my Patreon for those of you who want opportunities to get personal readings from me on a monthly basis, and there are different price points for that too. So please check that out if you're someone who wants, a monthly personal tarot reading as guidance, whether it's just answering a question a month or getting a full deep dive 60-minute personal tarot reading every month. So far, I have patrons on all three tiers. I'm so grateful to you if you are a patron. It is such a blessing to have you as part of the community over there. And I really, really am excited to see that community grow and hope that you'll join me over there. So please check that out. I do want to take a moment and just comment on the energies right now in October. I know that there are a lot of empathic, a lot of intuitive people tuning in to online tarot, and I'm sure you guys can feel it too. This is a pretty intense time right now. I think there's a massive awakening going on. And a lot of people are experiencing things coming up that need to be healed. So it means even more that you're joining me here at this time. I think these October readings are going to be really important for everyone. If you're looking at your sun sign, that is awesome, but know that these readings are good for your sun sign, moon, rising, and Venus. So if your sun sign isn't quite resonant, definitely check out your other placements. Especially depending on what's going on in your life. If you're having things happening right now a lot in the realm of partnership, friendship, love, check out your Venus. That might be the reading that is more resonant and important for you to hear right now. What resonates is what is meant for you, and what doesn't is not. So take what's yours and leave the rest. This is a low stakes situation, and I'm just hoping that I can offer you a little bit of help, a little bit of guidance, even if it's just a tiny little tidbit that does the trick. Okay, Leo, enough chit chat. Let's dive into your October reading. Leo, this is so beautiful. I'm seeing that some of you are feeling a bit isolated, a bit alienated, or maybe a bit stuck in your own heads, your own words and thoughts, right? Because we got the 8 of Swords here, and Swords is that mental world. And this card, I mean, you can see it's, this is you in that cocoon here, and it's like, I love the poetry of this. Like, I see some of you almost hanging on the words of others, or hanging on your own thoughts. Like, if you have a thought that comes from that inner critic, or from someone else in your life who you see as judgmental of you in some way, so you're hanging on that. You're hanging on their power, the power you're giving to that voice, even if it's coming from you. And then you're also kind of just very on guard, you know, on the defense to these, seeing other people's words and thoughts as threats to you, or as potential threats. The thing about the Eight of Swords is that that doesn't necessarily reflect the truth. It's more about your perception and how you're seeing other people and receiving other people's words and thoughts and beliefs. Is there someone who's offering belief systems that feel threatening to you? Is there someone who speaks in a way that makes you feel immediately emotionally resistant or afraid, or like you shut down? I think that could be, some of you are going through those things. I think others of you, it's more so like you're not having the bandwidth right now to be able to communicate with other people. So you're just shutting down that communication and kind of withdrawing, regardless of what they're saying. It's more like a kind of feeling already alone and then isolating more and feeling more alone and getting in this cycle of feeling upset, like I'm alone, what do I do? Oh, I guess I'll isolate more. Now I'm even more alone and I feel more sad. It's that vicious cycle of self-restriction, self-limitation. I think some of you are feeling trapped for whatever reason. I don't know what that trapped is. I think for some of you it could be with work, your work situations, feeling trapped with that. Some of you may be feeling trapped in some sort of important relationship to you, with a family member, a loved one, a partner, a friend, where, and I don't mean you're like trapped in the relationship, but more trapped regarding the communication around something that's important to you. And that is keeping you kind of in this trapped place instead of opening up and kind of discussing the inevitable. Like, we need to discuss this. The advice here, the Daughter of Pentacles, which is a page card, Page of Pentacles, is to, I'm going to put it this way, release attachment to what you think you know. Because pages in tarot often mean becoming students again, and this is in the realm of Pentacles, this is almost like becoming a student about the things literally surrounding you, the life that you are within, the context you're living in, the physical world around you. Like, what is real about this plane of reality I'm in? What is real about this world that I'm in? Not what you're projecting on the world, but the world itself. Like, how do I be a sponge? How do I learn from what's been presented around me? The people in my life who are here to teach me something. Everyone is my teacher. Everything is my teacher. You know, let me see everything I'm experiencing as lessons. That takes the pressure off of you to prove yourself, respond in certain ways, figure out your beliefs, like almost like you're already like on the defense, like I need to, defend what I believe. But maybe there's something that you don't know what you believe, and you need to just become an observant student in order to figure that out. And that, for all of us, means setting aside ego sometimes, especially the older we get. It's harder and harder and harder to become a student or to say, I don't know. Which means I think there's a direct correlation between getting older and just I would say that there's a direct correlation between getting older and the decline of open-mindedness. So open-mindedness becomes something that you need to practice, that we all need to practice. And it often means being vulnerable, because it is the admission of what we don't know, or the admission of being wrong, which is so much easier, I think, for a child, because a child knows that they're always in a state of learning. They're in school, it's like, well, I'm always learning. I don't like to be wrong, but like, students get things wrong all the time, and we're all students.
for our entire lives. So what might you be getting wrong that you want to become a student about again, and just be observant. This will directly positively impact the relationships in your life. A very important friendship, a partnership, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. The Lover's card being in the best potential outcome of this is like saying you're going from being super isolated to then setting ego aside, just becoming a student. Like, I'm just here to learn. The pressure is off. Like, what can I learn about us? What can I learn about this? What can I learn about these things that are very real to me, very important to me, literal priorities in my life? How can I become observant and quiet and listen and observe and take in and allow that to shape my beliefs? And then it's really that approach that changes your relationships for the better and makes these relationships stronger, more long-lasting, more reliable. I think some of you also through this process might be able to tell who are the people in your life that are going to be there for you long term. Are they able to stand this test of withdrawal, self-reflection, relearning, whatever that is, whatever that means to you. The Lover's card, is so much about defining those real relationships, those soulmate relationships. And I use that term very broadly. Like, that's not just, a lover relationship. That's the soulmates in our friends, the soulmates in our companions, the soulmates in our families. So we have soulmates that take shape in so many different types of relationships in our lives. And it's this process that affects that soulmate relationship with someone who's very important to you. Becoming more closer, more vulnerable, more mature in your relationship. I think this Eight of Swords, for some of you, is it's a return to past, more childlike ways of dealing with conflict, dealing with confrontation, dealing with hurt, resentment, bitterness. There's another word I'm looking for. Resistance. When we feel that resistance, that is conflict, and oftentimes resistance is the biggest clue to some sort of childhood wound being triggered. So this kind of Eight of Swords withdrawal that sometimes can be somewhat self-sabotaging is something that often comes or really starts with us. So this is a shift in October I see for you from more maybe immature ways of dealing with things to more mature ways of dealing with them, which is really exhibited by the Lovers, and also finding real enlightenment through that solving, through that communication with that other person, through that mirroring with that other person. Really cool stuff, Leo. I love this for you, and I would love to hear how this is taking shape specifically for you in your life. So feel free to comment below if you want to open up your heart and share with me. If you have liked and subscribed, thank you so much for doing so. If you're a patron, I love you. If you'd like to consider becoming a patron, check out the link below. You can support me and this work, and thereby give yourself a lot more tarot content and tarot support by just pledging like a few dollars a month. It's really very low stakes, and for those of you who want a more hands-on, personalized tarot support system each month, there are a few different price points for different tiers, different types of patrons. They're on my Patreon that offer customized tarot readings each month. So if that interests you, definitely check that out as well. Your support means so much to me. I love you, Leo, and I'm rooting for you always. I'll see you next time.